Alright, everybody. We're going to be back in our Snowball Earth playthrough here. So, we're going to see if we can't, get some food going here. Got a fire. Now we got to find some food. Or our character freezes to death here. Now, when I came through here earlier, there was, like, a goblin came running out of the woods, and I don't know why a goblin came running out of the woods. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that here. Some more sticks. I'll take the sticks. Give me just a second here. There we go. Alright. See if we can't find something food-like. Here we go. Here's something over here. Oh, we got some glina. No, I didn't really want the glina, but we got it now. Alright. And we have cattails. It's a miracle. Yes, son. Sorry, folks. My kid is, he's trying to sleep on the couch, which, is fine. Actually, since I've already picked up, I'll leave those. I don't need them. But this is better. We have cattails here, so that means we can get rope more easily than we were. Let's see here. Let me grab. I don't know if does it burn better as. Oh, I have axes. Hold on, I have to make an axe real quick. X, come on. But I hope folks are having a good day. I'm sure you're having a better day than my character is here in the Frostbitten realms. There we go. I'll make a few of them. Alright, there we go. Cool. There we go. Alright. Cook this up. There we go. Alright. Getting our character warmed up, getting some food made. Not the best food. But it's something. And I kind of hate the fact that we're eating cattail roots. But I do have wild farming. So once I get a bucket, I can actually turn regular cattail pieces into cattail roots to plant more. So it's not the end of the world. Turn that volume down just a hair. So you're not getting blown out by the sound of my character, like, starving to death. Come here. Give me the cooked thing. Alright, yeah, I get it. We're sitting in the smoke. Okay, thank goodness. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now, our major issue this session is I'm trying to move further south. Now, the fact that we're starting to see cattails here is a good sign, because I do have a mod that makes it so cattails can tolerate a little bit colder weather. Up here, there's nothing. No cattails. And it also does it so that blue clay can spawn in slightly colder biomes as well. So that's a really good sign on our part that we're starting to see them here. I was worried I was actually going to have to go a lot further south. But we might not have to. Alright. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is grab some more grass. Alright. And we're also starting to get vines on some of the trees down here, which is kind of a miracle as well. I didn't need to destroy that grass. I'm going to go grab some more cattails. Alright. I'm grabbing this grass. Is that? No, that's just vine tip. For a second there, I thought that was another raccoon hole, which I was not going to complain about if it was. we're going to grab some of this grass because I have a mod that lets you make rope out of grass and stuff like that. And I think I can also use it to make linen. We're going to find out. I know that was one thing that the mod discussed. And we're gonna check and see if that's actually a thing. I mean, if it is, it's a little OP, if you ask me. But we're gonna find out. Because I need something to heal myself with right now. I don't want to use the cattails for that, because they're kind of valuable to me. There we go. Alright, let's grab some more grass. And in a pinch, we'll grab some of this horsetail as well. Because if we can get enough food going here, our character should be okay. And if we can get some horsetail, we can also get our character healed a little bit. There we go. And if I can indeed turn this grass into basically linen, then, you know, that'll also give me another option for setting up healing. I saw a goblin running around just a second ago. Let me get my spear back out. Because I wouldn't mind killing the goblin. Oh, wait. That's a crowberry bush, but it's empty. Also empty. No, this one. Empty. Empty. This is where I saw the goblin. So I have a mod that added goblins and stuff as well. Let's see here. Any more? Oh, got a cave. What is that here? This cave. Oh, it's just quartz. I thought it was something interesting. Nope, just quartz. Alright, let's see here. I'm getting cold again. What was that? I saw something bigger running over here. What was it? Oh. That could be a lot of good food right there. Let's get back and eat some more of the food we do have. We're shivering and cold again. And I'm going to investigate the crafting options with this grass. Alright. But welcome. I see we have a couple viewers out there. Hope y'all are having a good day. We're trying to stop my character from starving to death here. And freezing to death at the same time. There we go. Alright, so let's do that. And we're also going to put these in here. There we go. 2, 3, 4. That should be enough to make some bandages. Yes, nice. Okay. Let's get our food topped off a little bit. There we go. Get some healing going as well. It's not the best healing in the world, but it's something. This is also making me wish I had the bear armor. Because the bear armor provides warmth in addition to armor. Alright, let me check something here real quick. Alright, that's all looking good. Okay. That's what I want to see. I was just checking my YouTube stuff. Getting some weird behavior there. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to turn the rest of this into firewood, I think. There we go. Stay warm for a minute. Now, the question is, where do we go from here? Because, as I said, I was trying to get further south. That we hit kind of a dead end here. So I could go back up and around this way. Or I can keep going up and around this way and see what we find. Very tough decisions. My axe back down here. Alright, that's the other thing I was going to do. H. Let's break. Okay. Alright, so I can make flax fibers out of it, but it's a lot of grass. Make one flax fiber, so that's, you know, that's pretty balanced. Dog pelt armor. Oh. Dog armor. Firewood candle. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I can use it to make a crude shield. Okay. Alright. Very interesting. So let's do that, and then it was what? This shape, I think? No, I think that one goes up here. Is that it? Hold on. Where was it? It was... That's the right shape. It's not working, though. May not be turned on, actually. I think that might be a setting you have to turn on. Alright. Let's see here. Let's go into mod settings. It's not Arctic Survival. Oh, wait. No. Okay. So I can actually adjust that stuff in here. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. The one I'm looking for is not showing up on this. That's fine. You know, I'm not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it. And if y'all hear noise in the background, it's just my kid. He's sleeping on the couch tonight. And, because he wanted to sleep out in the living room for some reason. But you know what? Sure, fine. It's just the cat's disturbing him and things like that. Alright. Let's grab... There we go. Here, give me that. There we go. Beautiful. Eat these. Again, not the best food, but it'll keep us going. I'm going to take that firewood out of there because we're warmed up now. I'm going to put this torch in here. Oh, I have 2 sacks of bones. Well, that saves me a little bit of inventory space there. Grab some more grass here. There we go. Alright. It also saves me some inventory there. And I'm going to go over here and explore this way a little bit. Can't find a little something else to eat that isn't just some cooked up cattail roots. I'd like to not cook up cattail roots because I'd like to take some with me to plant wherever I end up at. What's this? What's this right here? A Muron birch. I don't know what that is. Can I break it? What do I get? I get a stick. Okay, never mind. I was hoping I'd get, like, the seed. I've got some lingonberry seeds I managed to get, which are a fairly cold tolerant plant, so I've brought them with me in the hopes that I find a place warm enough that I can grow them. I really want the larch pieces. If we go up this way a little bit. Just failing my jump check today. Grab those sticks there. Yep, more sticks there. Piece of flint. Flint's always good. Especially since we're still in the Stone Age right now. There we go. Nothing up there, really. Let's go back around to the boat. I was hoping to find, like, maybe some lingonberries or something that had fruited. But I have not been having a lot of luck with that this playthrough. Because I'm pretty sure I messed up the settings a little bit when I set up this world. This Snowball Earth, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Alright. I'm just going to toss these out. I don't really need them. Let's get back in our raft. Continue our journey. We're going to head north a little bit on this side, just to see what we see here. Let's see here. Not seeing anything there. But my hope is to see the land or the landmass like turn here for me to be able to go around it. Is my hope, anyways. You get it all sorted out there, love? Now, unlike a lot of Snowball Earth playthroughs, I did not turn off the temporal creatures. So, bowthorn and things still exist. What's that? Oh, it's just flint. Because a lot of people, when they do Snowball Earth playthroughs, they'll also do like a Homo sapiens playthrough, which turns off like temporal creatures and temporal rifts and all that stuff. I didn't. I decided to leave that turned on. But I did add things like, you know, goblins and whatnot through use of the Fantasy Creatures mod. It's because I wanted variety. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, clay. Clay. Hold on. Okay, alright, alright, alright. We are stopping because we have found clay. It is a miracle. This is actually the major thing that was preventing us from, like, advancing. Alright. This is like joy right here. Nope. Wonder why it's not letting me pick up the snowballs. Weird. Whatever. I don't care about the snowballs, really. I care about the clay. Oh, man. So good finding clay. Let's see here. How do I want to handle this? Yes. We'll take some of the gravel. Oh, God. There's one of the goblins. Orc. Get. Oh, God. I'm out of weapon. I'm out of weapon. Oh. Well, 13 lives left. Well, at least I still have this thing. Alright. That was life number 2 in this playthrough. I'm glad I still have this primitive raft, though. I'm glad that did not despawn on me. That was a terrible time for my spear to break. Yeah. So, I'm sure you all noticed from watching when I died there, I don't have like a life counter showing me like how many lives I have left. I've basically set a rule where I'm just kind of keeping track. Once I die 15 times, I'm going to end the official Snowball Earth series there. But I didn't want the world to get like deleted or anything like that, simply because of, you know, the time and effort I expect to spend in it. And, you know, at that point I'll hang up the series. But I am keeping track. So that was death number 2 for me. Alright. I mean, at least it refilled my hunger bar a little bit. I just need to get my stuff back. I do have the player corpse mod on, so I just have to get to my corpse. But those orcs, man, came out of nowhere after me. Let's see here. Where am I map-wise? Okay, I'm getting close. I need to turn more this way. Actually, this primitive raft isn't too bad. It seems fairly quick. I'd gotten rid of it because I liked the storage capacity on the regular raft better. It also proves to me I should carry to bed with me. Live and learn. Kind of wanted to kill the orcs, though, because the orcs represent a, they do have resources on them. Like, they do have, like, food and stuff on them. Not like you butcher them from food, but they'll, like, drop pieces of meat from a game they've theoretically killed and stuff. Now, get back to my body, get my stuff. If the orcs are still there, I will move away from the area. See if I can't make, like, a spear or something. Okay. Yeah, they're still around. I see them. Alright, let's find my body. Yep, see, there he is. Hanging out. Thankfully, my corpse is down here. And something's there. What's this? It's flint. Okay. There we go. What is that? Oh, that's my old basket. Back on my back. Alright, orcs. Nope, you're not getting me a second time. I should probably get further out to sea here. I'm going to have to stop off and make a fire, though. Well, that's annoying. Because of how much time and effort I just spent healing. Alright. It's far enough away. Yeah, it looks like they're gone. Okay. There we go. Get warmed up here before we move on. There we go. I have a bed. Okay, well. Orcs 1, me 0 at this point. Yeah, these pants are in terrible shape. They need some better gear. How am I doing health temperature-wise? I'm doing okay. Yep, there they are. They're still coming this way. See that? Good. Still wandering around over there. I should take this opportunity, though. And let's see here. What else can I get rid of real quick? It's not important. Do I have anything in here I can stack? Perishable? Not perishable. Okay, that's the problem. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Now, what is it? What's the recipe? Hold on. Hold on. Hunter's bag. Oh, okay, I need a lot more than that. Need a lot more than that. But that's fine. That's fine, because I think I have enough cattails. Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do... Put that down. Where'd my... Lights? Where'd you go? Hides? Where'd those hides go? There they are. Good lord. Okay. There we go. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's right. That's right. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw that in there. And we'll throw grass in there for now. Go. Yeah, and that lets me do this. Okay. Okay. Hides. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Cattails. I see those orcs sneaking up on me. Being little jerks. Alright, let's grab that. Grab that. This, we're just gonna dismantle. Boom. Alright. So I need a new knife. I honestly don't care about this. Okay. Dang it. Where do you go? These thing works. Alright. They must really like this kind of sandy biome over here. Wait, is this food? Ah, empty. Curses. Okay. Let's see where we are, map-wise. This is not looking like it's going to give me a nice curve around, either. There's a cat sniffing my leg as I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to avoid orcs. But welcome, folks. Hope you all are having a good evening. I'm currently at 1 death to orcs and nearly a second tonight. Right now, I'm looking for a good space to stop and set up a temporary camp or something. Give myself a chance to recover, though I don't have any food to recover with. If I did find a spot to set up camp. It's pretty bad when it's so cold the crowberries aren't even blooming or making flowers or crowberries. Any of these? Lingonberries. Man, all of these just too cold. What about this dwarf pine? Nope, nothing. Got a raccoon there, but I don't have a spear anymore. Looks like quartz. In the rock again. Yep, quartz. I may just need to fall back to my main base of operations. Because now that I have clay, I do have the option of making some metal tools. In my tiny little dirt hovel that I've got back there. Which I think, with the way this land is curving back around, that may be the best idea. There's a rift opening up right there. That's just flint again. Yep. There's the rift right there. We're just going to move on. Alright. I mean, I'm almost even with my home now. So, might as well retreat to base camp. And get into a slightly better survival situation. Hello, fish. I don't have a good way to hunt you, fish. Or I would. Another rift right there. I do wish I turned off the rifts, if I'm honest. Like, I don't mind the drifters, I don't mind the bowtorn so much. Like, yeah, they can be annoying, but, you know, they're not the end of the world. Although, not being able to use caves is, like, a safe place to hide and survive is also mildly annoying. Let's see here. Yeah, see, this is just curving all back around. I'm gonna cut back towards home and regroup, get some food. Because at this rate, I'm gonna die a second time due to starvation. So that'll be 3 deaths in total if I starve to death. Alright. Man. Thank you. I gotta say, this playthrough has been quite brutal as far as survival goes. I mean, at least I have a hunter's backpack now. A hunter's bag. Yeah, we're about to start taking cold damage. How close are we? Still got a little ways to go. But yeah, so now that I have clay, I may take this opportunity to go and get this copper, let me make better tools and such. Yeah, I know, we're cold. We're cold. Yeah, I know. Oh no, bud. We're getting back to the house. You're getting warmed up. Alright. Shouldn't be too much farther. It should just be one of these little nooks right here. I think this might even just be around that hill right there. Yep, right there. So, like, we aim for, like, right about there. Well, this will give us a chance to check the fish traps, too, because I do have a couple fish hooks over here. Maybe they will have caught some food. There's that oxen that was running from me earlier. Any fish? Nope, no fish. Okay, let's get this fire going here. There we go. One problem solved. Not the other. Come on, let's get warmed up, then we'll go hunting. Spearhead. I'm just gonna make an extra spear. There we go. 2 spears. And I put this like down. I can. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let's go see about hunting something for food. Do I even want to know? It's medium rift activity out. I don't like it. Come on. Come on, we gotta find something to eat. Emperor Penguin? You out here? Here, Emperor Penguin. Not even hearing any. Penguins? Dang it. Need that caribou. This blood trail mod is also very handy. There it is. Do your caribou. Stop running. Yeah. Got too close to it before I stopped running. Where'd it go? Oh, there's some more copper right here. Not that that's going to help me. If I die. Caribou? Where'd you go? There he is. He's in the bushes over there. Come on, caribou. Where'd you go? I just saw it. Dang. At least I can see where it's going now. I hear something. There it is. Come back here, caribou. Come back here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? We got like a few hit points left. I know that caribou was up in this wood somewhere. Come on, just out in the open for me, caribou. I don't think I'm gonna make it, folks. I think I'm gonna die again. Where'd that caribou go? There it goes. Alright, that's death number 2 this evening, so that's 3 of my 15 lives down. Well, at least I saw this nice fire to get warm with. Alright. Alright. 3 out of 15. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough stream for me in this game here. Alright. At least we know where my corpse is. And at least I'm not starving to death now. It gives me a chance to go recover my stuff and hopefully hunt a few things. Oh wait, I have clay now. I can make a cooking pot. I'm so excited about a cooking pot. It was some sort of small animal. I just need to not run into the bear that was hanging out over here earlier. Because the bear would be a problem. I'm not geared to fight a bear. Okay, I'm going to stop running. Conserve on some of my food. I need... There's my corpse over there. That's not what I wanted. Alright. Now let's see if we can't find that caribou I was hunting. Because it's not like it gets its health back. You can see that bear up there. I would love to kill that bear. I'm not geared to kill that bear. Now, where are you, caribou? It's found a caribou. Please don't go towards the bear. Please stop going towards the bear. Caribou. I'm getting cold. Got it. I think the bear saw it. Okay. Just gotta get this caribou before the bear comes by. Okay, I got the meat. I don't care about the hide right in a second. Alright. Back to base. Back to base. Alright. So let's get back. Get the fire, keep the fire going. And then I need to make a pit kiln. So with a pit kiln, we have a cooking pot. And with a cooking pot, we have better food. Well, sort of. I mean, we can make stew. Main problem is I don't really have any vegetables or anything to add to it. What do we have up here? That was just a caribou asleep in that bush. Oh, now the penguins are back. Sorry, little caribou. But you're made of tasty meat. Alright, there you go. What is that? Oh, that's that muskox that I encountered before. I kind of need to trap it. So I can maybe capture it for some extra food and stuff. Please tell me it was that muskox making that weird noise I just heard. It was kind of a low, like, rumbly noise I heard. Today I'm playing in my Snowball Earth playthrough that I'm calling the Frostbitten Realms. And yeah, you're number one again. And right now, I'm attempting to not freeze to death as well as not starve to death. What did I do with my... What happened to my... Oh well, I guess I'll just have to plug that with dirt or something. Yep. Okay. Let's do that. Alright, that is not enough. I'll drop that for now. Alright. Firewood can go in here. Okay, get this fire lit. I'm just gonna start cooking some of this meat. There we go. Throw that in there to keep the unfriendlies out. Let's see here. Let's offload some stuff into here. I don't need to be carrying around. Can I use... Well, I don't even have enough because I need 15. Yes, I don't even have enough, so I'll put that in there for now. Put these in here for now. There we go. Alright. What happened to this one? Let's see here. So if I had some more... Yeah, okay. We can make this work. We can make this work. Alright. Oh, good. We have some food. Tenderize it. There we go. Alright. Put this in here. I think it's time to go out and get some more firewood while that cooks. Now that I've been fed and healed. Oh, and also, Sean, for your information, I effectively am limiting myself to 15 lives. So if I die 15 times, I'm calling the series there, and I've already died 3 times now. So let's see here. Yeah, so we're gonna see. And this is effectively like my 5th or 6th episode. I think 5th. Got it. I'm definitely hunting penguins, though. Penguins are a delicacy in this frozen earth that I live in. There we go. How is that muskox? It's making that deep, rumbly noise. That's fine. That's fine. He can make his deep, rumbly noises as long as he doesn't become aggressive. Yeah, those emperor penguins are large. I'm currently using their pelts to make stuff. Like, one of the things I need to do is get some more, basically, twine, so I can make myself some better backpacks, so I can carry more stuff. Because that's one of the other problems I've got right now. I don't have enough inventory space. Alright. I kind of want to hunt one of those muskox. They run every time I try to hunt one. Okay, I've already marked this copper deposit. And I also just found clay, finally. Because clay does not like spawning in cold biomes. Since the entire world is a cold biome now, for multiple reasons. One, I set it Snowball Earth, which sets everything pretty cold across the globe in the settings. I also accidentally, not understanding how to set this up properly when I first set up this world, set it to also permanently winter. So not only is the entire Earth like colder than normal, it is also permanently winter in the game. And instead of going back and starting over and fixing that, I'm just like, you know what? We'll play through. We'll just make for a more interesting problem. There we go. Keep the fire going. Get that cooked. I do have this fat. Alright, I think I have to turn it into a pelt first. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I have these small pelts that have not been made ready. Yeah. Or, might be more effective use to use the fat in this large pelt. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that instead. We'll put this back in here. There we go. Why are you shivering? We're standing next to a fire. Come on. Is it because the room isn't sealed up enough for you there, game? Yeah, I don't know what... chat's been kind of quiet tonight. So, we had a few people coming in and out, but not a whole lot of people chatting tonight. There we go. Ah, yes. Much better. Our character's actually fed. Alright. Once we get this meat cooked and tenderized. Yeah, so I'm using a whole bunch of mods, obviously, for this playthrough and Vintage Story as well. And two of the mods I'm using are Expanded Foods and Culinary Artillery. And one of them's made it so that if you, like, take and make a rolling pin, that's Culinary Artillery, apparently, and then tenderize your cooked meat with it, you actually get a little better food value out of it. Which, you know, I'm not going to complain about, because food already being such a problem in the Snowball Earth playthrough. If I can extend that food value to be better, I'm fine with that. I'm going to put this penguin pelt in here for now. There we go. Well, so while we wait for that to go, let's go ahead and make a crucible. There we go. I'll leave it there, actually. Cool. So figure I'm gonna try and get some copper tools going here in a second, because I think if I have some better tools and stuff, that'll help me survive a bit better, obviously. There we go, crucible. How's this? There we go. That's good. Let's tenderize that poultry. Beautiful. What can I do with this besides tenderize it? So I could cut it into nuggets. Okay, so I can just eat it or cut it into nuggets. All right. Then let's see here. Grab that. That in the corner over there. And then let's see here. Let's make a pickaxe mold. Pickaxe mold? Nope. Nope. Frostbitten pick. Pick. There we go. There we go. So Sean, you play much Vintage Story? Never played it? Okay. That's fair. It obviously is a block-based voxel game, so... Sec. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I was gonna put these away. Don't know where I'm gonna put these. I'll just put them in here for now. Alright, now figure out where I want to set up my pit kiln. Right there. That's where I want to set up my pit kiln. Now, there we go. Pit kiln. This. Okay. Here we go. There's that. Get back down in my little hidey hole to do a little more crafting real quick. Let's see here. Let's make... Not that. Not that. Where is it? Yeah, we'll make a cooking pot. Go. There. Cooking pot. I should be able to put this in here. There we go. And let's make... I think a bowl could be our next bet. Yeah, make a bowl. I can hear a shiver out there. I think it might be in the cave under me, because there's like a cave somewhere deep under me there. Alright. Bowl. And what else should I make? What's this bottle for? I'm not familiar with this. Small cauldron mold, saucepan, spile mold. Let's see here. I don't really think I need any of those. Ooh, a crock might be good though. We'll make one crock. There we go. I just got the crock ready. There we go. One crock. Beautiful. Alright, now I need grass. Good, top off my food a little bit. There we go. Grass. Yep, there's some grass there. If people are curious why I need grass, especially if people have never seen Vintage Story before, So, to make any pottery, you have to fire the pottery. And you've got two options for that. Early game, like me, you're going to be using a pit kiln, like that thing I just built, a little hole in the ground surrounded by dirt. And you're going to bury it in grass, and on top of the grass you're going to put some sticks, and then you're going to put some fuel source like firewood or something on top of that. And then you're going to light it and let it burn. And when it's done burning, your pottery will be nice and fired. If you're late game and have the resources, you can get a beehive kiln going. Sorry, little caribou, but I need your food. And beehive kilns have the advantage of they'll let you do like large amounts of pottery items in one go, but they're kind of expensive to maintain. You need like all kinds of stuff, like you need fire clay, and you need like a kiln door, and over time they break down and stuff. I mean, they're very cool, and there's all kinds of ways you can work around them, but I'm nowhere near that in this playthrough. So, for me, it's going to be pit kilns. There we go. Alright. There's some more food for us, and some fat even. We'll do two at a time. Now, let's see here. Back to harvesting grass, because I need a lot of grass. And, okay, that's all filled up. Alright. More grass. Looking for more grass. The other problem is I'm not in a great area to find grass because this is kind of a dry climate, even though it's covered in snow. I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense on like a real world level. Grab this flint, because I still need flint, because I'm basically in the Stone Age. Can I do anything with these heather leaves? It just becomes sticks. Okay. I was seeing if that heather had a use besides just being there. I wish these berries would grow. I also wish I could pick up these berry bushes. The vanilla berry bushes you can pick up. Those modded ones, they just turn into grass when you cut them down. There we go. There's another grass. If it says eaten like that, that means it's too low to be harvested. And if you cut it, you'll actually destroy the plant on the grass. Which is just, if people are wondering why I'm not grabbing certain pieces of grass. Nope, here we go. Two more. And I can go light my pit kiln. Oh, what kind of UFO and where? Like, I'm just curious. Did he describe it? What's that over there? Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I get it. Alright. Try and get back to base here. Now that I've gotten enough grass to light the pit kiln. I want to explore that cave, but I don't want to deal with the monsters that are probably down in it. Western North Carolina? Fair enough. Me? I'm down in Florida. We just have alligators and, and wild Florida men running around. Oh, cool. Bradenton? I've been down there a couple times. I used to have a friend that lived down there. He went down there for college. Alright. Okay. So now, there's the grass. Now for the sticks. So there we go. Now I just gotta figure out something to use as fuel. First I'm gonna go in here and warm up a little bit. And cook this meat as well. Just to get rid of these small hides. There we go. Set those hides to cure. No, I'd save that. Here. Yeah, we'll do that. That way the hides will last longer. Basically, my house is currently acting as sort of a cellar, keeping things fresher for longer. But anyways, I need to go get some firewood now that my character's warmed up. Why is the music kicking off? Normally the music kicks off like that in the game when there's like either a storm blowing in or something, or a basically a large amount of monster activities happening, but I'm not seeing a storm. I guess it could be like a blizzard or something blowing in. Yeah, you can see the clouds starting to form up in the sky. Alright, let's see here. Which one of these trees is not important? I will take that grass. You have anything important on your tree? No. So, there's a couple things on these pine trees you want to look for before you cut them down. And I'll show you that here in a second. After I get this one cut down. There we go. Oh, it's the caribou making all that noise. If you're just gonna stand there. Come on, caribou, stop running. Where you at? Going out into the water. I'm just gonna go out there and drown, caribou? Where'd you go? In a waterfall. There's the caribou. See if I can hit that throw. Nope, missed. It's gonna be a little long. That was way long. Making me miss my recurve that I had from my previous play. I ain't gonna hit that one. Now when they start getting all like running in laps like that. Okay. I just need this caribou to stop for like 2 seconds. There you go. Caribou. There it is. I see it. There we go. Stay right there, caribou. And for people who don't know, caribou are basically a reindeer. Same, like, creature. Oh, nice. It ran into the spear a second time and died. I'm not going to complain about that. That's just perfect. Free meat. There we go. My bone pile's full. And for those wondering why I'm collecting bones, they make excellent handles for stone tools. You can also use them to make fertilizer. That's a hole in the ground. Don't fall into that. But I hope everyone's having a good evening so far. There we go. Get some more meat cooking. There we go. Get some more firewood going. There we go. Perfect. Now we can go light up our pit kiln. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the pit kiln. Get our torch out. Use our torch to light it. There we go. And I'm going to remove this grass before we start a fire. There we go. Pit kilns will set things around them on fire. If you're not careful. Actually, no. Keep the wood down here. There we go. There we go. There's that. Yeah. We're getting closer to having another thing there. I really got to figure out a better way to get smoke out of my house in this game. My character's going to suffocate at this rate. Alright, but we have some food. I'm trying to backlog a little bit of food here. There we go. Oh, I got some more fat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hold on. Where's those extra hides? Not that one. These are all good. These hides. There we go. Get those curing. Alright. Time in game. 8 o'clock. Food's cooking up. So, with a little bit of extra food in our pack, we might actually be able to set back out again. Another adventure. Hopefully a little better prepared. Let me check something here. See if my snares or my fish traps here are doing any good. They are not. They got a really low chance to catch anything because they don't have any bait on them. But I have not been able to find, like, worms at all or anything like that. I need to figure out a good way to get some fishing bait. Anyways, once we get this last bit of food cooked, I think we'll set out in the morning. There we go. Yeah, so I think we'll set out in the morning. Continue our adventure looking for our way south. There we go. Yeah, put this here. What do you have in here? I'm trying to decide what I want to put in there. If anything. I'm not going to worry about putting anything in there. That way I just have an empty spot. Let's see here. Let's go into here and things that are valuable. The hides. That. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take this one with us. There we go. Alright, I was going to take the firewood with me. There we go. Take the firewood. Alright. Back onto our adventure. Actually, I should top off my food before we go too much further. There we go. Let me check something here. Don't I have like an auto move button? Let's see here. Controls. Enable. Pick up. Alright. First person. Auto map marker. That's creative move. Nope, I don't think I do. Wait, what was that? Oh, P. P is my configuration menu. Okay. What do I have in here? Okay. This is the menu I've already been in. Alright. Nothing there. But we'll just continue going forward then. What did I find over here anyways? What is that? Oh, that's the place I died. We're going to go around this side of the landmass over here. Let's see if we can't find our way south. Pardon me. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it might be curving a little around south here. Maybe just a little bit. Keep our eyes out, see if we see anything interesting. Now, things that we definitely want to keep an eye out for, more of those raccoon holes. Like those tree hollows that we have in some of the pine trees that I've seen. There's a polar bear. We're not going to go visit him, because I am not prepared to fight a polar bear. See, you can see him over there on the shore. That's his coast. Alright, starting to get cold again. In game, it is currently negative 29.2 degrees Fahrenheit out, for those who speak Fahrenheit. And to give you an idea, in the game, that is on June 1st at 7 a.m. It is negative 29 degrees out. This looks interesting. What's this? What's this? That a... Okay, that is a cranberry bush. That might be... You know, I am going to mark that on the map, because I may come back for that. There we go. Cranberry bush. What do we have here? No, it's just heather. I don't care about the heather plants. Alright. What I do need, though, is some dry grass. There we go. Okay. And that is what I'm going to do real quick. So we're going to start a little fire, get warmed up. And then we'll continue our journey around the island here. Well, this is really more of a continent. Alright, let's get the torch off the hotbar, because if I go in the water with the torch on the hotbar, I will put the torch out, and then I'll be out of fire sources. Grab some more grass while I'm sitting here. What if that's dwarf pine over there? Let's see here, how am I doing? Temperature's starting to go back up a little bit. Keep my eye out, see if I see anything worthwhile. I'm sitting here. I'm gonna go ahead and take that with us, and I'm gonna go poke around inland a little bit. Hopefully not run face first into a polar bear. What is that? Is this... It's peat. I don't have the inventory space for the peat. I'm going to mark it. Peat is valuable because it is a great fuel source. What is in here? teeny tiny little cave. That's what's there. This is technically a very small island that I was standing on. But I see some food that we're going to grab. See if I have no inventory space for it. Good lord. Keep making that same mistake of, oh, I see things I want, but I didn't bring any inventory space with me. Alright, I'm just going to go back to the boat before I make any more mistakes. And apparently we need to warm up again. Good lord. This fur coat that I'm wearing is, like, barely helpful. Grab this grass before I go. Because I can use this grass to make some more inventory space. Over time. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Here your boat. Where you at? Alright. Fire is still hot enough to relight itself. Get warmed up. And I think I'll make some more firewood. There we go. I don't know why our character starts shivering at like 90 degrees body temperature. Very interesting. Thankfully, I don't have Yeti, as far as I'm aware. I don't think the Fantasy Creatures mod adds Yetis. That'd be most important. I've encountered orcs, and I know it in theory adds dragons, but I haven't seen any yet. Well, I really went out of firewood again. I'm gonna throw 2 more pieces on there, get warmed up just a little bit more. Yeah. Theoretically, it also adds treants. Oh, there's one of the things I was talking about, the pine trees. You see that little orange clump on the pine tree there? That's resin. Normally in the game, it only spawns on trees that occur naturally, not trees you plant. Now, one of the mods I have makes it so it can spawn on trees you plant, so not as critical to not cut them down with my mod packs that I'm currently running, but normally, if you see one with that on it, you don't cut it down, because you're going to need that in the future. Oh, there's another one over there. That's 2 pretty close together. That's nice. Be a great place if I was looking for resin. Alright. Our body temperature's, I think, about as good as it's going to get. Let this fire burn out, and then I'm going to get back on the boat. Because it looks like, if nothing else, we can keep going this way for a bit. This is a giant landmass, though. I started off on a teeny tiny little island, apparently. Yeah, we're going up a little bit more in body temperature. Have a little snack real quick, keep my hunger topped up. Yep, alright. Fire's out. Push the boat off. Continue the journey. Keep our eyes out for stuff. Particularly things that look like food. Or cattails. Cattails would also be good. Like those. Oh, that's a polar bear. Polar bear. Polar bear. Polar bear. Polar bear. Go away, polar bear. Go away. Go away. Out. Oh my god. Look at how much health damage he did. He took off over half of my health. Alright. Not going to shore there. Let's see if I can turn around. Is he still over there? I wonder if he drowned. They can do that. If they get too far out to sea, like, the animals can drown. The main problem is that's going to tank my hunger, though. Because it'll basically burn part of your hunger bar there, the green bar, which is how much food you've eaten, basically. It'll tank that to heal. I don't have any healing items. Okay, can I get ashore here? We'll give it a close paddle by here. I see horsetail. Alright. Keep an eye out. That was not where I wanted to go. Horsetail. So horsetail is one of the things you need to make, like, bandages. And then, because I fell in the water, my character is freezing again. Littler. Alright. Man, game music's being serious tonight. Right. Let me do this. Put the bedroll in here. There we go. There's my cattails. So we can take 2 cattails and these 4 horsetails, and then let's make these bandages, basically. And we can apply those to heal ourselves a bit. Gotta keep my eye out this way. There we go. Alright. So we've got some healing. We're warmed back up. Gonna eat another piece of meat real quick. And maybe 2. Alright, I'll keep us going for a bit. Alright, warm, dry. I'll take 1 piece of firewood with me, I guess. Alright, let's get back on the boat. Don't want to hang around here too long. Alright. That was got another close call there. Lots of bauxite around here. That really orange stone over there is bauxite. Which is good if I was, like, you know, in the much later game. Because you can use bauxite to make refractory bricks, which you can use to make, like, nice furnaces and stuff. But it doesn't help me right now. Because outside of that, it's kind of useless. And it's so cold out here, even the sea's starting to freeze up. Look at this. That's going to keep our eyes out for some ruins, because ruins could have interesting resources in them. It's so cold over here. This is not even low fertility soil. This is barren soil. And I'm kind of starting to get the impression that if I want to go south, I'm going to have to go overland. Like, look at this. I've been all around here. I think part of the south I've gotten was over here. So I may have to go overland. What's that up there? There's some kind of animal up there. There's another one of those muskox. I saw something up on the top of the hill there. Where is it? Yeah, there's not muskox. Maybe I was just seeing that muskox. Didn't look like the muskox. Alright. Go around this way just a little bit more. See if I see anything of value. If not, we're going to head to that southern area I saw before, and I guess we'll start going cross country. Interesting. There's like less snow on the trees. Oh, wait. Here's something. Got some lingonberries. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, I already have some seeds, so I'm not going to worry about making seeds out of these. I'm just going to eat these. This is like the first fruit my character's had in like month. Now, the problem is, you'll see, it's too cold for it to make more fruit. That's the problem we're running into. Even though it's a cold variety fruit, this area is so cold it can't even actually flower or produce more fruit. That was the only harvest that plant will ever have. Alright. Character's already getting cold again. I mean, to be fair, it is negative 18 out, so I get it. Oh. I see some more cattails. Can we grab these cattails? I don't see a polar bear rushing me. There we go. Just want the cattails. Just need the cattails. Yeah, thanks, man. And welcome, Samuel. Yeah, this is a Snowball Earth playthrough. My setting up of the Snowball Earth playthrough, I misunderstood the instructions of how to set one of these up. And not only did I make it Snowball Earth, I also made it permanently winter in Snowball Earth, meaning it's super cold all the time. There's not even like a mildly warm season where like even the cold weather plants can fruit. It's so cold, even the cold tolerant plants are kind of messed up. So now this is also a heavily modded playthrough to make this even kind of possible. All right, there we go. Well, I'm just gonna have to get wet. All right, let's get a little fire going here real quick. Go. I'm trying to get myself some hunter's bags going. Because I have the hides for it, just getting enough cattails, because of my settings, I actually had to go get a mod to make it so the cattails had a wider range of tolerated temperatures. Alright. There's that, and then if I take these pelts... Oh, now I need 3, that's right. Oh, I need 3 of those, that's right. No, that's not ready. But I can just use one of these. Oh yeah, no, that's so... To give you an idea, Samuel, I kind of set myself some goals for this. So, for example, I want to kind of get set up and get thriving. And my definition for thriving in this is, one, I want to get an underground farm established somewhere where it's formed enough to actually sort of grow things. And then I also have a mod that lets me spawn traders if I meet the right conditions for spawning the traders. I have to build them a house, I have to put certain furniture in it, and then I have to create an item that will spawn the trader. And so I want to get set up with the underground farm and then basically build a small village of traders. And if I can do that before I die 15 times, I'll consider the playthrough a success. That's kind of where I'm at. Can I, like... Okay, so no, that'll be perishable. I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. That is the goal. Alright, what else can I do? I'm gonna put this down for a second. Alright, so... Does that free up enough space? Yes, I think I can free up enough space with that to take this hunter's bag, place that basket. There we go. And I really actually don't need those. Alright. There. Okay, let's pick these back up. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I've got a bit more inventory. I can get rid of these somewhere. Don't really need these branches. Actually, wait, can I burn these? I can burn these. That's a perfect use for these. There we go. And also to make it more challenging, I added a bunch of fantasy creatures to the world, as well as I left temporal rifts on, and I also left, like, the temporal creatures and monsters on. I did turn off temporal stability to make that a little easier for myself, because that can just be annoying. Especially if I want to, like, live underground with my farm, basically. Alright, I'm just going to leave that fire going. There we go. Yeah. Theoretically, the Fantasy Creatures mod also adds, like, dragons, but I haven't seen one. I have seen a bunch of orcs, and the orcs actually killed me earlier in the stream. Which was a bit annoying. But right now, we're just working on finding our way a bit further south, which has not been very successful. The furthest south I've made it was right here, when I spawned up here. And I was hoping going around this way. Oh, as far as loot goes, they have a lot of the same basics as, like, the drifters. Like, you get, like, you know, flax and stuff. But they also have a tendency to carry, like, random pieces of raw meat from theoretically having killed animals and stuff. It's very interesting. No, that's the only creatures I've killed. I've only killed, like, a couple goblins and a couple orcs of the fantasy creatures. I haven't seen any of the really interesting ones. Yeah, somewhere around I have my mod list posted. I think it's on the first video. I don't think it's actually made it onto the other videos. If you want to go check out the mods. So I also have, like, Wild Farming Revival, which lets me do things like take berries and make seeds out of them so I can plant my own berry bushes and propagate them that way. Yeah, Dragonhide armor would be awesome. I've been hoping to be able to get myself into a situation where I could kill a bear and get the bear armor that they added in the vanilla game, just because that would give me more warmth at this point. Like, I don't even really care about the armor value. As nice as the armor value would be, I think the warmth would be better. See? Rift activity. What kind of rift activity is going on? Medium rift activity, okay. Alright. How are we doing map-wise here? It looks like we're slowly starting to curve south again. The other problem I've got is food has been a real problem this playthrough. Because it's so cold, I'm struggling to keep my character fed enough. Like, it's so cold, I haven't even seen mushrooms on trees. Alright, let's see here. It's a neat little cave. I'm not going to go explore it. Because it's in bauxite, and bauxite's basically useless to me at the moment. Very similar. I think I adjusted the ocean settings just a little bit outside of that. I left it same size and all of that. The only thing I did was turn off the temporal stability. As far as like generation goes, that's basically the same. Ooh, clay. We'll stop for clay. And fish. Dang it. Don't. Dang it. Wanted that fish. Yeah, gonna have to get wet to get my spear back. Where'd that other one go? I don't think I'm gonna get that other fish, or that other spear back. It can just live down there at the bottom of the ocean. Alright, let's get the grass, because I do need the grass. Oh, the other thing I did is I added a mod that lets me make rope out of dry grass. I found some clay earlier, and actually, funny enough, I left a pit kiln going back at my main base, so I actually may turn around and go back to my main base, which is, or my starting base, which is up here, just to get some stuff, because, like, I got, I went ahead and made like, a cooking pot, and I actually made a, crucible as well, in case I managed to get enough, copper to do something with it. Because I kind of imagine once I get into the point where I can actually get like some copper tools, certain things will get a lot easier. But that was something else I had to do. I had to actually install a mod that would make it so clay generated in colder biomes too. Because it was so cold, clay wasn't generating. Yeah, no, like... And as I said, you know, I have a limit of like 15 lives that I've set for myself. I've only died 3 times so far in the playthrough. Oh, all the water there. No, I'm actually doing halfway decent, I think. I do want this clay, so I will get wet for that. Alright. There we go. And let's grab some more stuff here. We're going to do a quick little fire. There we go. Yeah, I'll be real happy once I can get all 4 of my bags converted over hunter's bags at this point. I do like the skybox at night, though, in this game. Yep, because the other thing that once I can get just some amount of copper going. Oh yeah, they did a real good job on those northern lights. So in one of my other episodes, I was commenting on that when I was doing some night paddling. It was just I just stopped to watch them for a while. But all right, looks like we're warmed up again. Yeah, I might have to turn around and go back soon because I've only got like 4 pieces of meat left. Take this piece of firewood with me. Yeah, body temperature's fine. How are we doing on... So if I leave one of these and do half and half, that's 11. That's not enough. Alright. So, the mod that lets me make rope out of grass will also let me use the grass in place of cattails as well, by the way. So basically what you do is you take it and you'll do like 2 like that, and it makes this little dry grass bundle, which for all intents and purposes is a cattail in the game, as far as how the mod treats it mechanically. Oh wow, you got to live in Alaska for a few years and got to see them while you're there? Nice. I've never gotten to go to Alaska. However, I am going to Alaska in June of 2026. Well, June/July. Right there at the changing of the months. We're going on a trip, me and my wife and kid. We're taking a cruise up to Alaska. Gotta go up there. See it? Is this penguins? Yes, those are penguins. What kind of penguins are these? I keep forgetting I cannot move this boat without the raft, or without the paddle in hand. These are like emperor penguins. I want to hunt them, but I also want to keep paddling. Well, at least I'll just remember they're there. There you go. Let's see here. How are we doing? Well, we are making slow progress south. You just need to not be jumped by another polar bear. Ugh. That was... So, right before you joined me, Samuel, there, I got jumped by a polar bear when I got too close to shore. I pulled the boat up to shore to go poke around, and a polar bear came running off the land and attacked me. And first hit took me down to like a third of my health left. I was lucky to survive the first hit. But then I was able to get out far enough to see that I got away from it. Alright. I would pull over and sleep somewhere. Yeah, no, it was super, like, lucky, because I was sitting there, like, just paddling backwards on the raft, and the polar bear just chasing me. Am I the only one that looks like there's light over there? Did I just find a trader? Because the traders are still technically turned on. Oh my god, if I found an actual trader. I think I found a trader. And an army of penguins. Oh my god, look at all those penguins over there. I don't know if that's coming through on the screen for you guys. It might be a little dark. There's just like an army of penguins over there. Yeah, that's a trader. That's an honest to goodness trader. Yeah, since it is Santa, I'm gonna go sleep in his bed and be safe from bears. Oh my goodness. This is the first, like, other human being I've seen in the entire game. Oh wait, no, technically, this is the second trader I've seen. I did see the treasure hunter trader that was next to spawn. It's an artisan trader. What's your name there, bud? Lady Sherio. That is a fantastic name. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. Let's see if he's got anything. He's got nothing I care about, I guarantee it. Tapestries. Oh, he's selling the stuff from Golden Combs. The very fancy, like, bishops and whatnot. Although, yeah, let's see here. I could sell them animal fat. Rough diamonds. A whole bunch of stuff I don't have. Alright, I gotta get a fire going. Alright, let's see here. This. Do this. Get warmed up, and then we're gonna go sleep in his bed. Alright, keep my spear up in case something shows up. So, I found probably the least useful trader to me. But he's still a trader, and he has a bed. I could theoretically walk over there and hunt some penguins. We're gonna do a little risky night hunting of penguins. That way I can restock on food a little bit. I just heard sound I don't like. I heard a landslide. And I know animals can trigger those. Oh, that penguin bit me. So did that one. Oh god. They're swarming me. Okay, they're backing up. Nope, you're gonna... There we go. There we go. A little extra food for the road. Yeah, the penguins can get aggressive, apparently. There we go. Alright, okay. Got everything I care about. I am going to grab this grass so I'm sitting here thinking about it. Don't worry, I'm not going to steal your chicks. I just wanted a couple of the adults, guys. It's fine. Y'all be chill. Right, I'm leaving. There we go. Alright. But now we've got some more food. I keep hearing something up on the hill there. I don't like it. Alright, here we go. That can go in there, and I'll throw some more wood on the fire. Gonna have to get down some more lumber. Congratulations, Pine Tree, you just volunteered to be firewood. There we go. I wanted the stick. And that stick too. There we go. Alright, anything else? I'm going to stand next to the fire, get dried off a bit. Get this out of the hand. Make some more firewood. I'm impressed that I still have any durability on that axe left. There we go. Alright, how are we doing? Okay, we've dried off. I'm warming back up. It's good. Actually, I'm going to save the firewood. Hold on. There. We will burn the feathers. I don't need the feathers. Feathers are a fantastic fuel source in this frozen world. Those penguins actually did more damage to me than I expected. But once we get warmed up, we will continue our journey because, honestly, well, I did leave some stuff at my home base that is mildly valuable. It's nothing that can't be replaced. So if we do this... Oh, no, there went the knife. Time to make a new knife. There we go. And then a bone handle for extra durability. Yep, I do have carry-on. That's correct. There it is. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, put that in there. Beautiful. Alright. Get this meat cooking up nicely. You don't think you see the icon for carry-on? I'm using a bunch of mods that kind of change how things look a little bit. So, you know, it probably looks a little different than normal. Than what you're used to, maybe. There we go. I'll start with eating the poultry. I'm also using culinary artillery and expanded foods. Which is why I was able to take a rolling pin to the food there and tenderize it and make it worth more food value. But yeah, so... See? I'm carrying a basket right there. And it's acting real squirrely, though. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, I can also tan these. There we go. Beautiful. Like, I'm getting some weird behaviors in some of my mods. But then, I'm also using more than I normally do. Even on my modded world with my kid that I play sometimes. Which I'll actually be streaming tomorrow, for people interested. It'll be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my target for that. So, depending on where you live, that'll give you a rough idea of what time we're going to start. I'm going to stream for like 3 hours or so. Oh. I now actually have to switch back to firewood. There we go. Yeah, no, I agree. It is nice to see it there. Like, I can see... Like, I like having this little basket showing down here, reminding me that I've got a basket in my bag. I want this to finish curing, so I can actually use it to make another hunter's backpack. 2 more hunter's backpack. I'll be pretty good to go. Come on. I think I'll need 1 more piece of firewood in there to finish that up. Yeah, that should cook up nicely. And then I'll be able to get a move on here. Don't want to hang out next to our trader friend too much. Because that's not going to get me south. Yeah, because here we go. In game right now, it is June 2nd, and it's negative 34.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So, it's real cold. There we go. Alright, cool. There we go. We got some more food for the road. What is that on the shore? That's just more flint, but I will get more flint. Because definitely need flint right now. Let me grab this grass too real quick before we leave. Any more? I'm not seeing any more raccoon holes in the trees. I'm gonna back away from shore before I have another polar bear encounter. Alright. Yeah, my goal though is to try and get sort of near the equator. And my theory is that even there, it should still be warmer than it has been in the game so far. Oh, hold on. I see something important. So one of the other things I've got, since I didn't turn off like all the story stuff, is ruins. Arctic supplies. Let's see what we get. I mean, I will absolutely take the cattails. There we go. Alright. More cattails. Add those to the pile. Somewhere in here, yeah, I've got this. So we can do this. Okay, put that there. Grab that. Put this in here. This in here. That here. And this one should be empty. Nope, it's got bones in it. Now it should be empty. There we go. Yeah. No, the Arctic supplies thing is fantastic. There we go. Alright, so we'll grab this, put that there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And actually, I should have enough to make the last one. There we go. Can I even use one of these? No. Okay, so we have to turn that into a hide first. Hold on. So I'll take my knife. Turn that into pelts. And then Hunter's backpack. And move that. Move that. One oiled hide. Alright, so we'll put this down here. Then there we go. Just consolidate everything down. And finally, I have my full set of Hunter's backpacks. Alright. That was a fantastic find. Yeah, I think it's the Arctic Survival mod that I added that I think adds that particular type of container. I think. Could also be in the vanilla game. I'd have to double check that. But I think in vanilla, unless you go really far north, you don't normally encounter them, if I remember correctly. Yeah, what's this? Over here we got some more peat. I'm going to mark that. Just in case I'm ever back up this way. Actually, it would be nice if I could get a sailboat built in this game, too. What is that over there? Oh, that's just a piece of dirt sticking up. But yeah, those Arctic supply ones have been fantastic. So far, they've only given me cattails. But I'm not going to complain, because I struggled to even find cattails for the first, like, several days in game. No, I'm not using better runes, actually. I thought about it. I did think about it. In my next playthrough, I probably will. Yeah, no. If they were giving me pineapple seeds, that'd be real weird. And very, not helpful. Oh yeah, we're making good distance south now. So apparently this side of the landmass was the correct choice this time. Last time I went to the other side and it just ended up curving back north. Like, a lot. I'm getting cold again, though. Yeah, I don't even know. Even if I got to the equator in this setting, I don't even know if I'd be able to get a warm enough underground farm to grow pineapples. If I somehow got the seeds, so the tree hollows that are added by primitive survival can contain any seed in the game, potentially, including tree seeds. Like, you can find oak tree seeds and like acorns and stuff. But that also means you can find seeds you probably can't grow. Like, in a frozen earth setting, anyways. What is that over there? I'm hearing more penguins again. Where are they? Or not? Or am I hearing caribou? Oh, I'm hearing that's a whole herd of caribou over there. Yeah, you can get all kinds of crazy things out of those tree holes. Alright, so we're gonna get on shore, not in the water, please. Yep. There we go. Stop and build a fire. There's one problem with this playthrough. Because of my settings, kind of have to stop and build a fire like every few minutes. Just... I know. I want... Those reindeer are so good. Like, that's one of the things I was hunting a lot of on my starter island, is because I had a couple herds of caribou just wandering around. Matter of fact, this meat I'm eating, some of it was caribou. Actually. Okay, so enough to make 25. Let's see here. Pelts. That's one's finished curing. These are curing still. I was going to see if this thing had anything at it. I've heard good things about reindeer sausage. I've never gotten to try it. I did get to try elk not too long ago. At a restaurant in Colorado. My wife and son and I went on a trip, like, not last year, but year before last. And we went to Colorado, and one of the restaurants there was serving an elk steak, and that was fantastic. Check my body temperature here. The good news is, if I'm sitting here staring at caribou, I probably don't have to worry about the polar bear. Let's see here, how's fire doing? Yeah, because actually, funny enough, when I was hunting one earlier in the stream, I'd injured it. It was running from me. And it turned around and ran back to me when it ran into a polar bear and decided it'd rather be closer to me than the polar bear. Alright. I can hear the penguins. How's this doing? Yep, and my body temperature is about maxed out. Maxed out at like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty warm, honestly. I'm just gonna go over here and check out this ruin and see if there's anything over here. Anything around the ruin? Nope. Yeah, some of them... Yeah, I've noticed that some of them do get stuck in animation. I have noticed that. If you hit them with a spear, they... That one actually just seems stuck in animation. If I'm honest. Let's make another spear or two here. Yeah, spearhead. Because if we've got the time, a little extra meat never hurt anybody. Gonna make two since my other spear is about broken anyways. There we go. Ah, I missed on that one. Yeah, so if you hit them with a spear, they do run off, though. Let's see. That's the behavior I've been seeing. See, he stopped right there. Oh, please don't go off into the water, caribou. Please don't do that. Dang it. I'm probably drowned out there. Well, because I do have a fire pit going out here. Did he drown out here somewhere? If they go too far out, they'll just like despawn instead of you getting the corpse. Great. Well, that caribou's lost. Alright. Let's go get a different caribou then. Preferably one not running out in the sea. Let's get from behind the hill here. Don't turn around. Over his head. Yep. I'm sure one of those hit him. Please don't run out to sea, caribou. Okay, okay. We're gonna circle around him. Keep him from running back out into the ocean this time. Okay, let's not run out into the ocean this time, bud. Can you do that for me? Use this one. There we go. Alright. We've almost got him. I'm not sure. I think they are. Because I know if I had like what is it? Combat Expanded or whatever. There's a combat mod that's pretty popular. They are there. But I've noticed it seems like I do more damage if I hit them in the head. Especially since I can actually see their health bars now. Because of the health bar mod I'm running. I heard something. I think I'm just hearing the caribou. Yeah. Like that one's just sitting there. Like I'm very tempted to hunt that one. Let's see. Let's see if it does more damage. Okay, now he's running. Where you go? There he is. Don't run over the hill, please. Ah, missed. I mean, hitting one on the run's always difficult. Okay, that one's not him. Where's the one? Nothing. I love this blood trail mod I've added too. And he ran pretty far too. Oh, there's another trader over there. Yeah, I know. I just wish it had stayed there long enough for me to get that next hit off. There he is. That's going to be him right there, I think. Yeah. Now, it does cover up the trail pretty fast if it starts snowing or something. Which is something the mod accounts for, apparently, is like snow and rain. Let's see if I can get a little click closer before I make this throw. Yeah, that should be about right. Got him. There we go. We've got... Oh man, we've got 2 jars over here. Let's see here. Got... I don't care about the antlers. There we go. It's gonna take me both. Yeah. I kind of feel bad about using, like, both pieces of fat for that. What is this here? That's a collapsed chest. What do we have? Ooh. Brown coal. Rusty gear. I'll take the rusty gear. I will take the torches as well. Because... Yeah, huge, I know. Because what I can do... I'm going to light these torches. There we go. I'm glad falling in the snow does not put these out. Alright, so we got another Arctic supplies. I'm going to take the brown coal. We're gonna memorize this, hold on. Oh, it's not marking it, hold on. Let's just do this. There we go. Anyway, I know there's ruins there. I'm gonna go see what kind of trader this is. Then we'll head back to the boat and cook off this meat. And see if I can't, you know, do a little bit of inventory management. Alright, what kind of merchant are you? I mean, it's a little warmer down here. It's only negative 11 in the afternoon. Close that up. How's it going? It's a luxuries merchant. Named Horse. Ah, yes. Just what I needed. An ornate gold arrow. Or a silver diadem. That will certainly keep me warm. I thought they fixed that where they wandered off while you're talking to them. Oh well. Alright, let's go back over here to the coast where I parked. You can hear the penguins. Penguins are happy. Oh, that's a hole in the ground. That would have been... There's a boat horn down there. I'm not going to play with the boat horn. Penguins, are you down in the caves? Why are you down in the caves, penguins? Gotta watch out for these cave penguins. More cave penguins. Hello, caribou. Oh, now you're gonna run. Man. Alright. Lots of holes in the ground around here. Kind of impressed I didn't chase one of the caribou into the hole in the ground by accident. Alright, there we go. Firewood. There we go. And torches. Throw this in there. Actually, I should just go ahead and throw the rest of the firewood in there at this rate. Alright, that's all curing. Still, okay. And then let's go ahead and get my bag out. Or my box out. And let's do this. There we go. Do I have anything I can stack in here? Not really. But I do over here. Because I have my rusty gears with me. I can put those in there. And I can put these hides in there. There we go. Now we're starting to make a little bit of inventory space. Get those going. Get this off the hotbar. Actually, let me put that back on the hotbar. There we go. Alright. The game of inventory management. But once these are cured, I'll be able to stack them with these small pelts, because I'll be able to convert them to small pelts. And yes, I'm already wearing warm clothes. I just need them to be warmer. I need a scarf. That's actually what I need. I need to find like a scarf. I wish I had a better hat. What is this? I don't know what goes on there. I think that's bracers. Actually, how's my X skills going? Getting some survival stuff. Combat, a little bit. Getting tiny amount in digging. Wow. Forge, farming, like nothing. Forestry? Yeah, we're getting there. Mining, nothing. Husbandry. How am I getting husbandry? Oh, right, because that covers hunting. Okay. That's a mod I'm enjoying, is X skills. It's my first time playing with it. Let's see, how many days? I got like 9 days left on that. I heard those penguins. It startled me there for a second. Where did my... I put it in my thing, didn't I? Sitting here going like, where is my rolling pin? And there it is. So actually, I'll put the brown coal in there and keep my rolling pin on me. There we go. It needs more fuel for the fire soon. Tough but durable. I should go get some more firewood. I mean, I could always use some of my sticks, I guess. Actually, I don't need these right this second. Another way to clear out some inventory space there. Burn the things I don't need. I'm just turning the heater up a little bit here. That's all. My lovely wife is sitting over here watching Netflix on her computer. But everyone having a good night out there? Or, well, night for me. Whatever time it is for you all. So close on these calf hides here. I'm gonna have to make a new rolling pin soon. I think they're cheap to make. It's like a piece of wood and like 2 sticks, and like your knife. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream there, Sean. I know it's a little slow with me having to stop and cook every, like, few minutes, or just stand next to the fire because my character is getting cold. But that's the nature of these Snowball Earth playthroughs. So a lot of people do them as, like, an edited series. But I want to do the stream, see if I can make some progress, because I find I do better making progress when I'm doing the stream, sometimes. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to do a hard turn south. Cut across the ocean soon. And actually, since I have space, let me go ahead and do a quick little mark on my map here. Do like that. Do blue. Call boat. I know that my boat is there for the moment. There we go. Go ahead and grab this meat real quick. There we go. I'm gonna go back for those things we found at that ruin. Good lord, I can remember words tonight. Maybe I've not had enough caffeine today. I'm also glad there's like such a huge caribou herd here, so if I need meat, I can come over here. Is that another ruin? That is another ruin. Okay, what is this? More flint? Actually, we'll grab the flint while I'm sitting here. Is there anything in said ruin? Oh, there is stuff in this ruin. I'm gonna knock this out. I don't really care about the, I want the sticks, not really the other stuff. Alright. So let's see here. I'm gonna knock out this spider web real quick. I'm gonna make a ladder. Let's head down in here. Are we down in there? Maybe? Spiderweb, you can go over here. Okay. Ruined bed, another collapsed chest. Nothing in it though. Alright, so there is a ruin in here, but nothing of great value. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's get back over here though. Go get this one. See what we've got in these 2 containers. And with the carry-on mod, you can actually pick these up and carry them with you. And let's see here, what was this? Noble pants. Yeah, not gonna worry about this. And Arctic supplies, Arctic supplies. Oh my goodness. Did I just get fire clay? I just got fire clay. That's amazing. Granite cobblestone skull. What's in this one? Medium fertility soil. That's actually worth it. That is actually worth it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm trying to get a better view of this chest there real quick. Okay, so it's just a chest in the ground. Now look at those skulls they carved in there. Look at that. That'd be a very neat decorative block to like take with you. Just digging around, see if there's anything else I've missed. Not really. Alright, I'm gonna get back to the boat. Remove that. Delete that. There we go. Yeah, like, if I was collecting decorations for my house or something, I'd totally come back for that skull. I think that's the first time I've seen that one. Get my spear out, just in case these caribou get aggressive. Oh my goodness, they actually did. I was joking about that. Serves me right for playing with the caribou like that. Oh good, this fire's still hot enough to light this up. There we go. Go ahead and warm up a little bit. There we go. Oh, and if you want something really funny, by the way, Samuel, that I've noticed. So, alright, let's look at the spear. Spear has an attack power of 2 hit points of damage, right? But it's got an attack tier of 0, meaning it basically has no armor penetration. The rolling pin from Culinary Artillery has an attack power of 1.5 hit points, but has an attack rating of tier 1, meaning it actually has some armor penetration. I noticed that the other day when I was messing around in this world. There we go. So, if people want something to talk about, we can now debate whether or not the rolling pin or the spear is a better weapon. I mean, the spear at least gives you some reach, I guess. Yep. Alright. Alright, we'll keep following the coastline south here. Alright. Let's see here. Because with normal world settings, I think it's like 100,000 by 100,000, if I remember correctly. Oh, my character's getting cold already. I just got warmed up. Okay, we're gonna have to cut over here to here somewhere. There we go. Give me a second, folks. I'm gonna do something just to make it so I can see. There we go. Okay, this one? Yeah. Just take a little spit of land over here on the left. Yeah, we'll go to the small island. Hopefully there's nothing on it, and we'll just camp out for the night. Get a little fire going. Okay, so when you go to third person, which is the F5 key, the minus button next to the equal sign will zoom you out. And I believe the equal sign / the plus key will zoom you back in. So, there you go. Alright, and then F5 again will get you out of that. So let's do this, and then let's dig that out, and let's do that. Am I out of firewood? I am out of firewood. Oh, that is a problem. That is a real problem. I have made a mistake. Yeah. It took me a little messing around to figure out how to do it, too. I got really good at it when I was doing all the sailing in my vanilla playthrough, and I was trying to travel to the, what was it? Lazaret. Because it was so far away. Go get an axe. Oops, that was also a mistake. Hold on, do I have any spacing here? Stuff. And, That's gonna be a problem. You know what? As much as I want to keep this fertility, this medium fertility dirt, we're gonna just toss it. Same with this ladder. We don't really need this ladder. Like, goodbye ladder. Okay, there we go. And now, that'll give me enough inventory space to go get some firewood. As well as... Alright, I have to get an empty hand for that. Alright, I forgot. I need this. Well, you know, we'll just go get some firewood. F5. Alright, let's just go this way. 4. We can find some firewood that isn't too dangerous or guarded by something. And there's a trader over there. I just need a tree of some sort. Ice. Ice is going to be a problem. I am not seeing much in the way of trees. I wish I could build fire pits out of sticks. The things you know, kind of wish you could do. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? What is that? Hold on. What are you? What are you? You're dwarf pine. I will harvest that. There we go. Get a little extra food here. Where's my knife? Knife. My nuts. Gonna eat these real quick. Top off our food. There we go. Alright, continue on to the trader. I'm looking for a tree. That's a good idea. I can try that when we get over here to this trader. There should be a bush on shore or something. It's not like I can burn the trader down anyways. That would be a good landmark to not lose my boat. I do have fire spread enabled. There we go. F5. X. Definitely got a cave here. Bush. Bush, 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 bush. Of course, I park in a desert, and there's a rift over there. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to the trader real quick, just so I have a map marker. I'm impressed that didn't collapse when I walked over it. Oh, there's a tree. Tree. Tree works. Yeah, I know, I'm cold. I got it. Got it, game. Okay, that's enough. We get back over here near the trader. Alright, let's grab this and grab the axe. Firewood, done. Grass, done. Alright. Yep, I hear you, bud. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, getting warmed up. Whew, there we go. Come on. We're not that cold. I can't burn this. You're not that cold. Come on, man. Quit complaining about it. See? You're standing next to fire. You're only at 91. 91's a little chilly, but you're fine. Our Seraph is just such a complainer about this cold weather and being hungry and stuff, you know? A little bit of cold and hunger never hurt anybody. Just don't mind the frostbite. It's fine. Perfectly fine. And if people are wondering why I threw out the medium fertility soil in a playthrough style where it's going to be very hard to find medium fertility soil and all that, it's because I also have a mod that lets me do additives to soils to make, like, low fertility soil and medium fertility soil and even high fertility in Terra Petra. And before people are like, oh, that sounds pretty broken. It's not. It's not easy. Like, I can technically take sand and gravel and make barren soil, which I can then turn into low fertility soil by adding, like, bone meal to it. And then, yeah, or I think it's actually limestone. I think you have to find limestone, grind it up, and make lime to add to it. And it's this whole process. I figured that was the most fair way to make it so I could get better farmland. Alright, how are we doing? Yeah, we're pretty good on temp. Okay, we'll let that finish burning. Sun's coming up nicely, though. Next time I'll remember not to leave without cutting some more firewood. Okay. Alright, let's go see what kind of crater this is. Now we're warmed up. Oh, this one has a real door. Look at this. It's a building materials trader. Named Sasha. What you got? Got some shingles. And planks. There we go. Oh, there's a giant cave over here. I'm glad I didn't fall into that. Into temporal rift right there. Surprised I didn't collapse. Let's see here. Crowberry is empty. These crowberries got anything on them? Empty. Empty. Part of the reason I'm checking the crowberries as well, it's too cold for them to grow here, is if I can even get a couple berries off one, I can use my knife to turn them into berry bush seeds. That's out. Alright. What is that up there? I'm gonna go up there and see what that weird coloration on the map is. Not the modded bushes, because the crowberries and the lingonberries, which are cold-tolerant berry bushes, are a mod. They're from, what is it? I think it's Wild Craft, like, trees and shrubs or something like that. I'd have to check my mod list exactly to see which one it was that adds those. But if you try to pick those up, they don't turn into bushes. They turn into, like, grass. Like dried grass. So you can't normally pick them up and move them around. That's the disadvantage. And, ooh, I see something I will stop for. No, I don't have the inventory. Well, no, I do have the inventory space. Okay. I'm gonna grab these cattails. Just because that's easier for me to make rope out of than grass. I guess it was just this like little frozen over lake that I was seeing on the map. With muddy gravel. If I was further along in my playthrough, like, had a little base going, that muddy gravel is actually very valuable. Yeah. That's true. You could use it to get grass when, like, there's not a other source of grass. That's a fair point. It's actually one of the things I was kind of hoping to use my underground farm for. Just generate, small amounts of grass, if I'm honest. Alright. Man, our character is getting cold super fast. Oh, wait. What's this? What's this? We got a sea berry. It's flowering. Ah, these are ripe. That's not what I wanted, but alright. There we go. These are edible. Didn't want to take the top of the plant, but I'll show you what we can do. Because this cold temperature, I don't know what the cold tolerance on these, but see, so I can put this in here. Looks like this one might let me do it. You know what it might be? I might need my wooden pan for panning. Oh. What is her? Oh, these are spiky. Seeing it going like, what's hurting me? It's the bush. Alright. Don't like that. Yeah, maybe I need my wooden pan to turn them into seeds. Nope. There's some copper there that I'm not going to mine. It's just an interesting land formation over there. Look at that. It almost looks like a tower. And like, here we go. Here's a cranberry bush. And like that I could pick up normally. Yeah, it kind of does, actually. You're not wrong. It does look kind of like a locomotive over there. I was just seeing if I could find anything else interesting. We're going to drop. What kind of plants are these? Oh, more sea berries. That's not the one. There we go. I can take them with me. That's a polar bear. I'm gonna go around him. That is his side of the island now. Let's see here. Let's stay over there. Okay, good. He's not following me. Splint. Let's get back to our little boat down here by the trader. More flint. Alright. Go ahead and get warmed up for a second. And there we go. That sea berry cutting can live there. Why can't I turn these into berry seeds? I could before. I'm gonna figure that out. Go on. You're fine. Just warm up a little bit. Man. There. Will you be happy if you're not standing in snow? What I think I'll do is go cut down another tree and grab a piece of wood. And we'll make another pan real quick. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This will help me. Oh, that makes medium pelts. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That doesn't actually help me. I thought that would make small pelts. Alright. Let's go get a little piece of wood here. I'm just going to grab a small tree. Yep, looking a little different. Nope, empty. Dang. Keep hoping one of these crowberries will have something on them. I want more of these cold-tolerant berries to take with me south. There we go. I'll grab those real quick. Alright. Let's do this. Do this. Nope, that's not what I want. This. There it is. Oh, I was like, what did I just hear? Alright. Nope. Well, I guess I can't do it with the sea berries. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. Oh well. I'm just gonna eat these sea berries. Get a little fruit in our diet. Warmed up again, and then we'll head out. Especially since I got my character wet. That really destroys your body temp right now in this game. Alright. So looking at our map, it looks like we can keep going south along this landmass here. Because we started up here right around 900. So if we go south here, so we made it about, 2,000 blocks south. So I think I'm trying to get about 10,000 blocks south of where I started. See how the weather looks there is the real goal. How are we doing temperature-wise? No, we'll go a little longer. Need another sea berry. Okay. Let's move that to there. There we go. Any meat on me I need to cook? No. I'll just take it with me. That's a good spot. Stop the fire. Alright. Alright, I'll quit messing around here. We'll go south. So we're looking for this third number in my little information thing, if they're in the right, to get to around 10,000. Is the end goal. Yeah, okay, so that is telling me what direction I'm heading. That's good. Alright. Yeah, no, I got real lucky, because last time I tried this, I got stuck in this little bay, so I basically went this way. I was like, oh yeah, this looks like a good path. And notice it took me almost as far north as I started. So this time I went around this way. Yeah, we just crossed the 3,000 block mark. From spawn, I think is what that technically is. I think those coordinates are based on spawn. And by default, you spawn in the northern hemisphere of the map, if I remember correctly. In the what would be considered a temperate zone. I'm just glad I've only died twice so far in this stream. There we go. Get that sea berry out of my inventory. Really? You getting cold already? Man. What time is it? 10 a.m. Negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit out. It's getting a little warmer as we get further south. Oh, there's another trader over there. There are so many traders about. I'm tempted to go investigate what kind of trader it is. Alright, we'll go see what kind of trader it is. My curiosity is piqued. I have to know. That's give me a chance to warm up again. Yeah, like, I really should be burning a lot more calories than I am, and I don't know why. I think it's just the way the game's coded. Now, if I throw a torch in my hand, you'll suddenly watch some calories just fall right off, because carrying a torch in your left hand is, let me tell you, that is just some intensive work, apparently. Alright, I'm not seeing any polar bears immediately around. Alright, we're okay. Oh. This is an abandoned trader. Hello, penguin. Come to share my fire. Join me in warmth. It's not often that you find these abandoned traders. Let's see here. We're warming up slowly but surely. That looks like a tree hollow there, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go investigate that stump. Just make sure I don't get snuck up on by anything. Yeah, so I've heard that mechanically it is actually possible for traders to get killed in the game. And that's part of it. And that basically there's some tick cycle, like you're saying, where basically check to see if there's supposed to be a trader there, and if there is, it'll respawn them. And I don't remember exactly what the time frame is on that. It's something like every couple in-game days or something, it double checks. Alright, we're about back up to full body temp here. Root activity is medium. There we go, we're at 100. Alright, what is this? It is a pine tree stump. It is just a tree stump. I thought it was something more interesting. This is all heather. Oh, yeah, I hear you, penguins. Hi. Yes, yes. Squawk, squawk. Very talkative penguins. Heather leaves. I was hoping these were some dwarf pine leaves or something. But nope, it's just heather plants. Poke around just a hair, since we're here. Take a quick gander around. The main problem with this... Oh yeah, we were going to test that thing with the fire. That's right. Hold on. So our temperature is like 99 right now, so let's pick a bush that's not too close to anything. No. Yeah, I do. Alright, we're next to the burning bush. Setting myself. Yep! Burning bush does warm you up. So that does work. Also, it might set you on fire if you get too close. Got another ruin over here. Oh, I've seen these before. I've never been able to figure out what these are supposed to be. These, like, weird, like, just columns. Alright, but I'm not going to wander off too far. Taking a quick look around. We've played with setting a forest fire. And we've discovered that forest fire does indeed warm you up. Oh, good. I did pick a bush that wasn't too close to anything else. Alright, let's get back on the road. Very possible. So in my vanilla playthrough, I actually found a really, really strange structure in one area. What is that? Is that flint? No, that's... Oh, hold on. Hold on. We found something. Hold on. Yep, it's what I thought it was. Why is that not working? Hold on. Control M? Nope. Nope. What's that? Is it Shift M? Nope. What is it? Is it... Hold on. Mod settings. Where is it? Settings. Controls. Show world map. Nope. Control Shift M. Good lord. Control Shift M. Alright. Alright. Surface ore. Page 2. Why are you not marking meteoric iron? Meteoric irons are there? Why is that not marking? Oh, I bet because it's loose orbits. I bet that's why. There we go. Meteor grind for some point in the far future, if I ever make it back up this way. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I found like a really super interesting set of ruins. Oh, there's an orc up there. See that? That's one of the orcs wandering around up there. You can see he's got a spear. But I found a really interesting set of ruins in my vanilla playthrough. It was just like a bunch of like carved stones, almost like I'm trying to think of even how to describe it. It looked almost like an altar because it had like a square in the middle, and then around each was like this curved, kind of carved, jutting rock in a circle around it. It was just strange. Like, explored around it and just nothing. There's nothing under it. Like, dug around it. Couldn't figure out anything other than it just looked like some sort of weird ancient altar. But that's one of the great things about this game is you just find those like kind of immersive like ruins and kind of storytelling sometimes where you're just like, you know, there's no lore about what this was right here at this thing, but so make up your own. Oh, we actually found... No, that's just ice. I was just thinking there, I was like, did I just find some different stone, like some andesite? No, I think it's just glacier ice. But also, with it being as cold as it is, there's no fruit trees around. Fruit trees are going to be a problem. I just realized. My character. You can go further south. We're not stopping to pull over to build a small fire for you to warm up again a little bit. There is a mod for glacier ice and cellars and stuff. I actually looked at it for this playthrough. I thought about it. I didn't because it was already going to be so cold anyways. But if I was doing like, you know, a not Frozen Earth playthrough, it might be worth doing because then you could go and look for it, go to the north, get some, bring it back. to make your cellar last longer and stuff. I think we'll stop off at that little island over there to warm up. Just because every time I go ashore in like one of these places, I get ambushed by like polar bears or orcs or something. Penguins. Aggressive penguins. Oh, wait. I do see something I'm going to stop for right here. We got a birchberry. What is this? Now, I can understand that. I usually end up with a ton of food as well, just because I like to plant fairly large farms. Something flax production, something drowning in flax grain. Yeah, I mean, in my vanilla playthrough, I got to the point where I was making flax bread and going around to the different merchants that would buy it and selling them flax bread. Alright, now these are not poisonous. Can I make you into seeds? Yeah, see these? The knife plus berry is letting me make these into seeds. I wonder why I wasn't working with sea berries. There you go. I can hear a portal around here. There's one underwater. That's why I can hear a portal. My problem is I have way too much food and I actually want it to rot. So, the trick to that, this is something that I've been reading about on the forums, and I've actually started doing a little bit in my vanilla playthrough, is basically you take all your extra grain. So you know how we're all buried under flax grain because we all plant large flax fields to build our windmills and our sailboats and all that fun stuff. You have a crop to seed mod, so makes flax extraction low P. Yeah. But awesome windmill. So what you do is you then take all that flax grain, grind it into flour with your awesome windmill. Take the flour, make it into dough, and then you just build yourself a little, like, reed chest that you just leave outside your house, and you just fill it full of dough, because dough becomes rot in a 1-to-1 ratio. And it only rots in, like, 2 days. As opposed to the grain, which rots in, like, 5 years. Yeah. It was something I was reading in the forums, and I was like, wait a minute, that's ingenious. And I tested it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that does absolutely work. Like, it is absolutely a great way to convert grain into rot. And also, if you just happen to be buried in berries for some reason, you can press them in your fruit press, or juicer, or whatever you want to call it, the press. And then you can take the mash from that and put that in the same thing, and it rots at a 1-to-1 ratio. And if you really don't care about saving the juice, or turning it into wine or whatever, you can put the juice in a barrel outside. And while it takes longer to rot, it still takes like a month or two in game to rot. You get a slightly better ratio in the barrel out of it too. Basically, instead of getting like 1 rot per 8 berries or something, you get like 1 rot per like 6 berries or something. It's just a slightly better ratio if you're trying to convert berries into rot for some reason. Just little things that they talk about in their subreddit. Yes. Yes, it does. And so that's kind of one of the things I'm doing in my vanilla playthroughs. I'm slowly working on converting my entire greenhouse over to Terra Petra. Just because it's something to do. It's with, like, as I hit, like, little downtimes in between things, it's just like, well, I've got some more rot. Let's make it into some more compost. And I've got, you know, all these bones and bone meal and charcoal, so we'll just make some more Terra Petra. What kind of penguins are these? Snow-covered penguins of some sort. It's pretty bad when even the penguins are getting covered in frost like my raft. Well, it is getting into evening and it's only negative 13 out this time. We're getting slightly warmer. There's a fish. Hello, fish. Temporal rift opening up under the water in front of me. Yeah, cold is a relative term. It's fair. Alright. Let's see here. What are we looking at map-wise? Yeah, we're starting to curve around a lot over here. Not really making it that much farther south right now. At least we're starting to see some new rock types. Instead of just, you know, bauxite. We're back to barren soil instead of low fertility soil. Is that more flint? It is more flint, isn't it? Yeah, flint and granite. I've seen a ton of flint. This time, just stone. I hear you, Boathorn. Go away, Boathorn. It is shooting my raft. Stop it. Raft getting shot by the Boathorn. Yeah, pull off over here and get warm again. Not in the water. Come on, character. You know better than that. There we go. Let's see here. These aren't quite cured yet. Could get my bed out. It's actually not the worst idea. I'll put the shovel in there. There you go. Get warmed up a little bit. Wait for this wet status to fall off. There we go. Gonna eat one piece of meat real quick. Fire's going well, and so what we're gonna do... I'm gonna go to sleep through the night. Hopefully not get attacked by anything. Yeah, it started snowing, which put out the fire, I'm sure. Why am I in the water? Alright, let's pick up the bed. Put that back in the boat. There we go. Check our temperature. Let the water finish getting off of us, and then we'll head on. Now, the other problem is that reset my spawn point to right here. Because I do have the mod that makes it so that your bed sets your spawn point. Alright, so now I have to decide, do I want to go cross-country here? Or do I want to keep sailing around? Is it going to gamble if that's ocean or not? If I do that. Yeah, temp's fine. Let's get into the boat. Let's go this way just a little bit and see what the land looks like over here. And then we'll decide if we want to go cross-country. Because I can always go over there, set up a little spot, drop off my bags and stuff, and come back, grab the raft, and do it all again. Because that's a fairly short hike across. However, we don't know if there's polar bears. That is a ton of quartz. More temporal rifts. That's a good question. I haven't looked to see if I can turn it off in the mod settings. I probably could. So let me go in here. Let's see here. Where is it? Go to escape. Mod settings. Because it doesn't show up. Yeah, it's not showing up in my mod configs. But let's go over here. Controls, maybe? No. Nah. I don't think it's going to be in there. I think if I had, like, a better mod settings manager, it might let me do it while I'm playing. But currently, it's just a mod that just turns that on. Otherwise, normally, you'd have to use temporal gear. And since... I mean, technically, I can get temporal gears. Since I do have drifters and stuff turned on. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like this is curving pretty far north. Yeah. You just don't die. Yeah, that's kind of been my policy so far, is just try not to die. And it's been mostly successful. I've only died 3 times so far, but I've also set myself a limit of 15, so if I die 15 times, we're gonna say that I've lost the series if I haven't achieved kind of the goals I've set for myself. Alright, so what we're gonna do, besides throwing my character into a tree, apparently, is we're gonna try going cross-country here. Let's see what it looks like. It's just a very open spot. Like, it's just interesting. Oh, look, more copper that I'll never come back for. Temporal rifts over there. Let's see here, because I kind of want to get over here. Yeah, that may just be a large inland sea or something. my eyes up, make sure I don't run into any polar bears coming running down off the mountain at me or something. Red willow. Yeah, I am going to have to trek south, I think. I think it's just going to have to become an overland journey from this point. It's an interesting little ruin. Not seeing anything prominent. I don't feel like digging around for it. Alright, so let's go back to the boat real quick. And decide what I need to carry with me and what I don't. Crowberry. Crowberry, empty. Empty. What's the rift level at? High. That's why. They're just randomly appearing around. Got it. Yeah, that's something I do kind of wish I'd turned off, is the temporal rifts. Hello, Augustus. You're sneaking up on my desk again. Looks like another orc over there. I don't like that. That's the other danger of going cross-country, is I'll encounter things like orcs. Where's boat? Boat? Where you at? Boat. This is why you should always mark your boat. There it is. Okay. Got it. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get onto the boat for a second. I'm going to back the boat up. We're going to go over here. I'm going to put the boat here. There we go. There we go. Instant fire for warmth. Oh yeah, that's warming us up nicely. Look at that. Jumped up like 10 degrees almost instantly. Because I burned down a bush. Alright. That's all done. So... yes, is the easy answer to that. They're like wolves, but slightly more dangerous. They're not... They're weaker than the wolves, in my opinion. So they're not like... you know... terribly worse. Or anything. I wouldn't even say they're worse, actually. I definitely need the seeds. The seeds definitely need to go with me. I think I'll abandon the gears. I need to take the bed. Yeah, these can stack now. I'll abandon the resin. Take the seeds. I hate to abandon the fish trap, but I'll take this fish trap. Abandon it. Hello, cat. I'm standing on my controls from my thing again. You know what? I'm gonna abandon the Galena. Weirdly. There you go. We'll take the carrot seeds. There we go. Yeah, I think that's gonna be what we take with us, folks. It's some sort of weird graphics issue with some of my mods. Occasionally when I put down these baskets, they... What's the words I'm looking for? They don't show up graphically correctly. And that's because it's they're woven out of larch branches, basically. So when you come to like a large tree like this, not only do you get normal branches, but you also get basically larch, like supple branches. Like I forget what they call them exactly. It's like a withy or wreath or something. But you can use that to weave the baskets just like you could cattails. And that's why it's doing that. And there's some sort of weird conflict going on with some of my mods causing it not to graphically display correctly every time. Like sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't. Uh-oh. My wife's looking at me with that look of, it's late, you need to go to bed. Oh, I'll do that in a second. I'm going to get a little further south and get like a decent area to set up camp in temporarily. So actually, to do that, I'm going to grab some barren soil. Crowberries. All these are empty. Yeah, it is better than the game crashing. Which, so my first like 2 or 3 episodes of this, I had like a couple crashes because of mod conflicts of various types. And so, if I have to deal with weird graphical glitches instead of crashes, I'll take it at this point. Let's see here, where are we looking map-wise here? Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to cross. It's gonna be a long crossing too. I have to go up through the mountains. I'm not liking that. Tend to see more bears up the mountains and stuff too. Ooh, blue clay. Oh, that's a polar bear. That's a polar bear. That's a polar bear. Nope, that didn't work. It is a polar bear. Oh, and that's Boathorn. Good lord. I don't want to look back, because I think he's still chasing me. Yep, he's still chasing me. Alright. I'm gonna seriously have to go all the way back to the ocean to get rid of said polar bear. God, I'm burning so many calories just running from the polar bear. It also doesn't help that since I'm using carry-on, I'm actually slowed down by having the bag or the basket on my back. Alright, swim down, swim down, swim down. Okay. Polar bear seems to have given up. Alright. Polar bear give up? use a little trick I learned from another YouTuber. We'll camp out up here on this pile of dirt. Alright, folks. Now, since my wife did give me the symbol that it was, or the sign that it was time for me to go to bed, because, you know, I have to get up early and deal with an 8-year-old. He's very hyper. I guess I think I'll call it there, and we'll decide how we're going to deal with the polar bear in the next episode and get past him. I don't know where he was run off to. He was just behind me all the way up into the ocean, it seemed like. I think I lost him right around over there somewhere. But I'm not seeing him. I don't like not knowing where that polar bear is. But anyways, folks, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Well, nighttime for me, anyways. So I'm going to end the stream, and I hope everyone has a great time, or day, or whatever's going on for you guys. And we'll catch you all in the next stream, or whatever. So thank you all so much. And we'll see you all later.